if we do, it'll always be my belief that life-saving services are required, are not just needed in Ulster, are required in Ulster. Ambulance service, in my view, unless there's substantial investment in them, just will never be able to fill that plug. They never will. But the other thing I did want to touch on was Westlands. I did get into a lot of the people in Westlands. There's still a lot of, if you go in and you speak to those older people or you speak to the staff. I was up in Stormont there with some of the, not the request of the union, the request of some of the patients who are in there. There's still a very worried bunch of people. And I know it's out of your hands. It's going to happen there in a way, and it is and it isn't. Like, I know Finilla's going to come out with whatever constitution she's going to come out with, but I think in the interim, maybe the likes of more senior members of the trust going in and reassuring, not just the staff, but it's the people who live there.
Reassuring them with what?
Well, they need to be seen. They're sitting in limbo. What's happening? If you the senior member staff go in, and not the person who went in to tell them that they were shutting the place, I don't think that would be very appropriate.
To be clear, the person who went in didn't tell them they were shutting, said they're going out for consultation.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of different. I've heard some.
I know exactly, because they read from the script too.
Well,
they read from the script.
They might have read from a script, but they might have had a script in front of them, but it came out of their mouth.
Was exactly
well, we're going to disagree on that one, because we know that waivers had put aside the beds for those people. Those people need to be assured. Those are very vulnerable people. Like, I spoke to Jean that day up in Stormont and Old Clifford and whatnot. Those people are still sitting in limbo. They're waiting for this report from Finill, or they're waiting for something in the newspaper, or they're waiting for. If you are going to engage with those older people in the future of their services, do it now. Don't wait until a consultation comes out. Do it now. Get involved with those old people. Even if it was just like a wee letter or something. What is your view? Like, it's something with a wee personal touch. Like, I sat with that lady who said that she hopes she dies before she's set out of Westlands. Like, I know, with you being a nurse, sitting with somebody like that there, and me being a member of the public, it's not good to somebody to even sit and say that to you, and even go to the point where they are going to say that. So I would say, if you do get in and have a more personal touch with the residents who are there, not just in Westlands. I'm sure it applies to the rest of the
people. 2 weeks ago I went down to Carrick and I went to which is the statutory home, and I went down to the new supported living, and while we give very good care, I make no apology for having a strategy that says that we should be moving out of residential care to supported living.
Yeah, but the supported living it's not here yet, but that's the problem.
We don't have but any change is going to be challenging. I mean,
how many years did it take for Green Island to actually get all sorted out?
Well, just to be clear, when you speak to the people in Barncourt and you speak to the people who have moved and were in nursing, one of them was in a nursing home and now is actually saying, I want to leave Barncourt and go back into my own home again.
I'm not saying they're going to get treated any worse, but those people are currently living in a place that they call home.
I know.
And you need to, that's what I mean.
We need to get them a new home, so we can make.
At 90-something years of age.
You may need to get them a new home.
What's the alternative?
Leave them where they're at. You'll kill them if you move.
So the last person to die is there on their own with no other
don't stop it. There's plenty of people in Cookstown
But then it never changes. The point I'm making is that so I went to a home where there are people who, you're absolutely right, they are happy in the care, and the people give them very caring care. So they do. But there are 8 bathrooms, or 8 residents for every single bathroom. I walked in and I saw 30 people in a queue waiting for lifts to get to floor 2 and 3 after having their breakfast. They have to queue to get up the lift after their breakfast.
Could you give us 10 minutes? Sorry, apologies.
So it is. So how do you make the change from one to the other? How do you actually physically do it? Because if you say, right, we'll close for admissions, the last person to die is the last person in that home, and that could be for 4 or 5 years.
But I'm not asking you to close them. I'm saying that's your home.
But how do you move from one to the other without changing?
If you're going to learn from the mistakes,
you're right. You need to learn from
the mistakes. Is that a lot of the stuff was done under this guise of crisis closures or whatnot. Is where you close the service whenever the large service wasn't in place to pick up the support. That's what I'm talking about in terms of Westlands. I sat in a meeting with
there is the alternative.
The alternative was Weavers.
Today there are 200 places in this trust free for to pick up that slack. So there is. It may not always be in the ideal place.
The
for
places
people.
were there, but the way that you went about it the last time, I know you should be probably different in this, but those people were not given what you would say a scripted speech. I've spoke to every one of those residents, and there's no way they're lying to me. I don't. I could write anybody a
And
script.
Hugh, I would ask everybody to be responsive because some people, there were many people that added to that.
Oh, I'd say there was, yeah.
including the media, who weren't honest and didn't show the entire story. And I have residents who went on camera to give an opposite viewpoint, and they wouldn't show it. That the unions played a role that was not helpful at times, and our own staff didn't always meet the expectations that I would have had them on them not to cite and add to the difficulties.
I don't really think the staff have said that much.
Everybody has to examine themselves, including ourselves, including how we handle it.
But that has
So
to
I think
include your trust, your board members as well. Because Una Colleen sat and said that there was nobody was upset or distressed. That was a lie.
Sorry, I have to defend enough. After the person who spoke to each individual on a one-to-one basis and talked them through, there was no person was distressed after that
But
conversation.
Eugene Faulkner, as a
They may have
mayor,
been-
held
they-
it.
yes, absolutely. Later people were distressed. Absolutely acknowledge that. But just to be clear, at the time when they had the conversation, there was
And I don't
no
believe
person-
that. I honestly don't believe that.
Well, I can tell you now that people are still distressed. People still are.
I accept that, Hugh.
That's why I said. That's why I wanted to touch on Westlands today, because it did sort of get involved in it.
Hugh, I accept that.
It's
People
for
were
the-
distressed that night.
Not just that night. People are still stressed.
It's not stressed yet.
I agree with you.
That's why I'm saying, if we are going to see changes in older people's care.
Okay.
But what I'm saying for the trust, just for the peace of mind for those older people, is get involved with them in such a way it doesn't mean we're going to kick you out in a couple of weeks or something like that there, because that's what those people are
And
genuinely thinking.
we're looking at a Northern Ireland-wide way of handling this. And we must adhere to what the Minister has asked us to do.
And I think he's right. He had to stop it because
Well, he hasn't stopped
you're
it.
hitting the vulnerable, the people that work, that
But
pay
the
their
goal is
taxes,
still
and
the
I think.
same.
He hasn't
But I
stopped
still
it.
think that the
He has
trust got
only
it wrong.
caused
They
it.
didn't
Just-
think that the young people would really back the elderly. I think they thought, well, the young people don't care about the elderly
Well,
anymore,
yes.
and they got a massive
Well,
shock.
I understand
In
that,
all
but
honesty.
I also know that we have spoken to our MLAs who support entirely this trust strategy to move away from the accommodation that we have that is not fit for purpose and move it to.
But make it fit. It's
The-
not very hard
the-
to
It's
make
never
those
going to
fit.
be fixed.
the-
There is no way.
The Assembly
It's
passed
not
confirming your
enough
care.
laws.
You can't make a 3-story building that has 12 residents for every toilet fit for purpose. You have to knock it down and start
You
again.
don't
If
need a
you
toilet
see if you go to
that's
Brooklands there,
nonsense.
Well,
if-
I mean, they've done it in Hollywood.
if you see if you go to that nursing
in-
home over there, not all those people have their own ensuite bathrooms. I've been
No,
over
not
there.
all private homes have individual.
So whenever you say to people we're going to move you here because it's going to be you're going to have your own toilet and whatnot, that's not always the case. Weavers might be different. It's a brand new building only open a year. But like in terms of West End, and what the West End people were told is that November time could see a real close. We've got beds kept for you and Weavers. That's what the families are told. I was there that night.
I don't know who's paying to keep the trust there. Is the trust paying to keep those beds at Weavers? Because Weavers is a private company, and there's absolutely no way if I was in business that I'd have beds sitting empty unless someone has me guaranteed that I'm going to have those
there
beds filled.
wasn't anybody waiting to go anywhere. If there were beds available, they weren't paid for to be kept.
But there had to be something
Today
said.
in the Northern Trust, as I say, there are 200 places empty and all around because there are more independent sector places.
But
than
there's
we
people
have.
waiting to go
Could
want to go into
they?
Westlands and totally can't
There's
go.
there's no waiting list because there's not allowed to be a waiting
Yes,
list.
but that's what I'm saying. But there's people who will willingly go to Westlands and go to that one in
I know
Ballymena.
there's not allowed to be a waiting
They're
list.
not
That's
allowed
why
to
there
be
is none.
No, yeah, but that's why. I mean, you've got to tell the truth about it. We know that
I am
my
saying-
mother wanted to go into Westlands today. She couldn't go. That's fact. That's not lies. That's fact. There's no point in beating around the bush because I know that she couldn't go in today. And she's from Cookstown and she lives there. And if she was going anywhere, that's where she wanted to go.
Just to be clear, is the Save the Mid moving into that?
No,
Territory?
I've been asked would I help the
No,
people.
we were really not into it. But I mean, it's just because I
Are
am.
you
from
alright?
Cookstown.
I'm just touching on that there because if we do start and take away the statutory residential homes, not just in Westlands, across the trust, it's going to come with the loss of the respite and the intermediate care beds, where again all roads are leading in Antrim or Causeway.
It all ties into them.
Like it is going to tie in.
I
It's going to tie into that.
no the plans, desire, or motivation to remove our respite care. You know.
Listen, but are you going to keep the likes of Pinewood open specifically for intermediate care or respite, or was it like that wasn't part of in the consultation, that wasn't in it? So in your own consultation, it didn't say about utilising Pinewood, for example, for respite, utilising Westlands for intermediate care. That wasn't in the consultation process by the trust at the time. It might be something which may be developing
We
about
would
vanilla.
still need the same amount of respite care that we
Exactly.
currently need, and we would just seek alternative ways of providing that to you. It's not about reducing the amount of respite.
That's exactly. Well, that's my issue with the nursing homes. Is that whenever they go, it doesn't come just at the loss of people's homes. It comes at the loss of the beds and all the beds.
Then
Are
we just
provided.
provide alternative places for respite.
It is the private sector.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, I know that the board members don't have to say if they own nursing homes or have shares in nursing homes, but it's getting in my head, and it's not only mine.
Board members do have to say if they have any interests.
Well, they were asked, it was never
There's a declaration.
was never given.
It's a declaration of interest.
And anybody who's got any shares or any monetary.
Did you not? Did you asked?
That hasn't went to media yet. So.
No, because I know you definitely asked.
I know, but
That's
it's
come back.
filled in on an annual basis. They have an obligation to do that on an annual basis.
No, I mean, if trust members have shares in Weavers,
They would need,
then,
to,
you know,
need to declare that.
they would need to be declared
and they
because it
should-
will come out.
And they,
you know.
and they would not have. They would be expected not to partake in any discussions.
That's part of an Northern Ireland wide thing at the moment. So,
No, I know that.
Just conscious of time.
That's
I
fine,
got a
no.
few colleagues coming in after this.
Mm.
I mean, on the minor injuries thing, I think we're agreed. A good, at least common ground is the promotion of minor injuries. I'm heading off on leave for a couple of weeks, so maybe if we wait till maybe the far end of the summer, give us some time to give some thought about what we could do, and then maybe we'll touch base with you, Hugh, before we start any process, so you're aware of what we're doing.
Yeah.
Just to try to keep the channels of communication
That's
open.
definitely what I'd like to do and see from the future is good communication, and then if
Yeah.
you do find the common ground, is to build on it.
Yeah, and then build on it.
Right.
Brilliant. Okay.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
very much. Nice to meet you.
Anything
that's
like
okay.
that?
Sorry,
You
you
want to say
have-
something
No,
earlier on there, Bob?
A mistake you just mean it and then I'll keep it for the next time and I'll have it.
Right.